What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your Ward of the Mitchy Shrine, and today, I want to talk about just Bandai not getting the point. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not screaming about it loud enough, but, recently, Lineage of Evil has gotten pretty much everything that it needed. It got a new green unit, which it desperately needed, and then it finally got its endurance, or not its endurance, its revival unit, and then Full Power Frieza just got Zenkai'd the other day, giving them also endurance, so they now have revival plus endurance, which is, yeah, isn't that the exact same thing that made hybrids the most hated tag in the game for a while? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why anyone would ever want that setup again, but admittedly, LOE, even, like, despite having the exact same setup, isn't as good as hybrids was, so there's that, I guess. Still fucking annoying to deal with, but they've been buffing another tag recently, not just LOE, girls and androids, mainly just because we've just gotten a lot of 21s, and you know, Regen doesn't really care when it comes to this 21. The teams that, 21s really help are girls and androids. And we got the purple 21 Zenkai, which was okay. Like, she's a good unit, don't get me wrong, but she didn't provide what she needed to her teams. And then we just got this free-to-play red 21, which is very good. It's very good that she's red. I don't, like, people are always like, Ultra Gogeta, Sword of Hope Trunks. You still need red units to exist. You do understand that the yellow element is there, too. Just because blue is the best doesn't mean yellow doesn't exist. Like, you still need, the red units to take out the yellow units, especially since yellow units are becoming more and more powerful to deal with the omnipresent mono purple. Red units have to exist. This is not like during the second anniversary when Vegito Blue came out and they exclusively were releasing red units. That was an issue because red was all we got. There was nothing else. You could fucking run mono red right after coming out of the 2-year anniversary, yet the best unit in the game was fucking blue. That was an issue. However, red units existing at the same time as blue being one of the best colors in the game is not that big a deal. You still need red units. So I'm happy that she's red. I believe red and yellow were the only colors we didn't have for an Android 21 specifically, and I really didn't want her to be yellow. So red works perfectly fine. I have no issues with her being yellow, no issues with her being red, but she does the same shit, or she doesn't do the same shit that the Zenkai 21 doesn't do. And that's actually provide what her teams needed. Like, my biggest gripe with the Purple 21 is despite how good she is on her own, she doesn't really make an impact on her teams because she doesn't bring anything that their teams needed. None of her teams really needed just a high damaging unit that could do a bit of healing. That's not what the teams needed. The teams needed, as I've mentioned about 15 times by now, they needed more cover changes. They need cover change nullifications. They need endurance. They need revival. They need anti-revivals. 21 has an anti-revival, but it's fucking garbage. The red one, she has an anti-revival. The main thing that this team fucking needs is I would say revival and the ability to nullify special cover change. Because these teams are so hyper-offensive. There's so many offensively based units on, especially girls and androids, that not having anyone that nullifies special cover change is a really big detriment to the team. And when all you can do is a lot of damage, it just doesn't cut it anymore. That's why FSK Gohan isn't as much of a threat as he used to be. He can still put up high numbers, but now that high numbers are no longer enough, now that you need to be doing a million things and be amazing at all of it just to succeed in this meta, you being able to do a lot of damage doesn't really mean shit. I mean, like, when it comes to blast-based units, I can kind of forgive not nullifying special cover change because there are far more strike cover change units than blast cover change units. So the purple 21 not having it is really fucking bad, but the red one not having it, it's whatever. But the Red 21, again, doesn't really bring anything to her teams that they didn't already have, except, I guess, a Paralysis Blast card. That's pretty much it. And again, she has the anti-revival, but it sucks. So it might as well not even be there. She gets 30% blast damage inflicted when she pops a revive. Fucking fantastic. That is the worst anti-revival in the game. It's not even all damage. It's just blast. Jesus Christ, woman. Why is your anti-revive so terrible? I don't know, man. It just pisses me off. Because LOE got what they needed. They got what they needed. Why can't androids get what they need? Like, I'm kind of done screaming about girls, but androids can make money. Like, I get it, girls isn't as profitable. You can make it profitable. I hate that argument that girls isn't profitable. You can make it profitable by just making the team good. You know, I don't know if people know this or not, but if a unit comes out for a team that is, you know, one of the top 5 teams in the game, they're going to summon on them regardless of whether or not that character specifically is hype. So they can make the team profitable, they just choose not to. But like, androids, people like 17. There's plenty of people that have 17 as like their favorite character in the franchise. You know? People like 13 for some weird reason. Probably because of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, if I'm being honest. That's probably the only reason why people like 13. But, hey, it's there. People like him. Shit. Cell. People fucking like Cell. Why does Cell just like... Why do we only ever get like 1 Cell a year? You ever notice that? We get like 1 Cell a year, despite being easily the 2nd most popular villain in the history of Dragon Ball. I don't know. Granted, we get like 1 Frieza a year, and he's the number 1, so... I don't actually think Bandai knows what they're doing. But all in all, I'm getting real sick of them releasing units that are pretty much dead on arrival, not because they're bad, but because they don't provide anything. Like the 221s, the Zenkai and the new free one, they're good units. They really are. The quality of free-to-play units has been really high recently, and the Red 21 is no exception. Despite her admittedly low offensive stats, her kit's very good. She's got good defenses. The Red 21 is a good unit, but she doesn't do anything of use. She's not useful. You can be good and still completely useless. And that's the situation that both of the 21s are kind of in right now. Both of them are really good, but because of the state of their teams, both of them are entirely useless because they don't give what their teams need. I don't know. It just irritates me to see these teams getting buffs, but then those buffs being complete garbage because they don't actually buff the fucking team. They're just like, here's some damage. Fuck it, damage. There you go. That'll solve all your problems. Here's some damage and a bit of paralysis. Go fuck yourself. Like, that's basically what they're saying. Let me know what you guys think about this problem in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that join button if you can, it really does help out. What the fuck? So let's try that again. If you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that join button if you can, it really does help the channel out. All the links you could ever want are in the description down below, and I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace. Only been doing this shit for 6 years and I still can't do my outro right. Fantastic.